Hey! I'm like freaking out right now, but that's okay. First time for everything. Welcome, Loop. I have your little felted lion looking over me from my lamp. Thank you. Oh my god, I have my chat on my... Goodness, close that. Okay. Just posting on Instagram and hopefully some people will stop by. Okay. Come stop by. Okay, sick. I have also never used Twitch before. Yesterday was genuinely, I don't really get nervous, but as soon as like YouTube was messing with me, I was like, this is the end. This is it. I'm gonna die. It was like that TikTok audio that's like, this is the end. And then I figured it out and everything was fine. But yeah, I'm excited. And hopefully some people will drop in the next several minutes and then we can get started. Is my audio good, by the way? Hello. Welcome. I feel like I'm the professor in a Zoom room. It's okay, all. You don't have to turn your cameras on. It's fine. Fantastic. Okay. Using my Beats by Dre, not sponsored. They are very good earphones. Hey. Oh my God. I follow you on TikTok. We have similar pronouns. Welcome. It's so weird because I've gotten to the point of being recognized by people that I know in real life. Like it's happened in a couple of my classes and I'm like, oh my God, yeah, you're older than I am. Loop, yeah. It's okay, you escaped college online, which is honestly a dream. It kind of sucks being stuck online. Yeah, being recognized is the weirdest. Like, I would love to be famous because I'm very extroverted and I love talking, clearly. I'm talking to technically myself right now, but you're here. But because I just do things on Instagram and they're like, OMG, I recognize you from Instagram. And I'm like, okay, hello. That's weird that you know me, my truly open me. But yeah, it's weird. I took a screenshot of the first time it happened because I was like blown away. And my family was like, you're famous. You're basically the biggest influencer in the entire world. And you know what? Maybe I am. I'm not. But anyways, in terms of what we're going to do today, people voted for Minecraft. I'm going to be honest. Oh yeah, antiphobic. You're great. Keep making TikToks if you like it. I love them. But yeah, how it's gonna work today is I'm hopefully gonna be able to play Minecraft. I do have a MacBook Air, so I have everything closed except for Twitch Studio, and I'm gonna open Minecraft in a second. I tried it out yesterday. I literally decreased all of the features to their minimum so that it wouldn't lag as much as I could help it. If it lags too much and you can't hear me or like it's not enjoyable, then we can potentially like play Webkinz or something or like switch the game to so that we can still, do a gameplay Q&A situation. But just like keep me updated in the chat. If it's terrible, just let me know and we can switch. But yeah, I think, how many people do we have? I have no idea how to use Twitch. Oh, 4 people. That's cool. Okay, so I'm going to try opening Minecraft. And I guess while I do that, I can answer my first question. I have 5 categories. One person, who I don't know if they're here yet, sent like 30 questions in my little question box. Hello! Speaking of the devil, I was just talking about you because you sent in like 30 questions to my box and I categorized them all today. And they're all great, very insightful. So I have my shop and social media, college. I got a lot more college questions than I was expecting, which is cool because that's my real life. Being trans, being aromantic, disability, and then I have some MISC questions. So hopefully we can get through as many as possible in this like little 2-hour period. And if we don't, I guess I can answer the rest of them in another stream potentially, or in the future, or on my story. I don't know, whatever you all say I should do. I'm at your leisure right now. That's definitely not a phrase. I'm at whatever. Let me do your bidding because you all are here, and that's very exciting. And as I was saying to Loop, since they were the first person to come, the whole YouTube fiasco was very stressful, and I'm very happy you're all here. Oh my gosh, we've jumped to 15. LOL. We went from hi everyone. Oh, I'm so excited that you're all here and that you all feel comfortable. Having this little moment with me. But yeah, for those who missed it, I'm gonna do some Minecraft. And if it sucks, I'll try my best. But if my computer sucks because I have a MacBook Air, let me know, and I will switch to something else. We can switch to like friggin' Pop Tropica or something. It doesn't matter. Something that just takes a little less of my CPU. But let's open Minecraft and see if it immediately ruins all of my plans. Okay. And I already see myself lagging a little bit. How is it going? Keep me updated. I feel like a professional gamer with these headphones, even though I never wear over-the-ear headphones. And I'll go ahead and actually start sharing my gameplay. Watch this transition, it's very cool. Ooh. I was playing with Twitch last night and it was like the most fun I've ever had, starting a new social media platform. If you see me looking over this way, I did have my thing switched so that left is left and right is right. Thank you. I did not make it myself, but I did click it. Very curated. But yeah, so let's see if this works. I really hope so. Well, I guess I don't have to make this really big because it's the launcher. Let's try. Fingers crossed, everybody. Please. Oh. Okay. I'm moving around to track if I'm lagging. I don't mean to make you dizzy. And also, peep the wall decor. I have all of my flags behind me. They're pretty cool, in my opinion. Did it just crash, is the question? No, it didn't. Did it? LOL. Maybe it... Who knows? Okay. I hope this isn't a disaster. And even if it is, we'll all go down together, Titanic style. Thank you. I also have, for Christmas, my sister got me a really big gift card to the Walking Dead shop because I'm a nerd. So I bought a huge Walking Dead Season 2 poster, and I need to fit, and it's the coolest thing that I own. And I have a really poster, so. I didn't have any because I'm 20 years old now. It's been 8 years. So if I'm terrible at this, please, ooh, that is a noise. Aw, that's something cool. Hello. Okay, that's what I thought. How are we doing now in terms of my voice? You understand? Hi, Chrissy. Much better. Thank goodness. Okay. Great. You can still see me. I'm moving around pretty. Oh, I'm I don't know how to use this app. It says that I have 23 people. That feels like more than I had before. Significantly more. Um, give me that increase. Oh, let's fucking zoom in on the chat. This is so small. Please zoom in. No. Hi. Welcome. I have how it works. So Christy, my Twitter. Um, that worked great because I'm a little child who knows nothing. Like if I see something like, please let me know. Like slow or lag or whatever. It'll probably happen with actual. Definitely yesterday. But I hope this works. Like title, not transphobic. I thought I'd be a little dig because he sucks. But yeah, good. We're good. Let's try and boot this up. It took like 10 minutes yesterday. I'm like moving my hands to figure it out. Okay. to understand me? It is definitely lagging, but I'm just wondering if you can hear me, if anyone can hear me. I hope so. Very choppy audio. Okay. Still laggy. Okay, I'm going to talk slowly, and we're going to try it for like 5 minutes. And if it's terrible, we'll switch to something else. Does that sound good? If anyone understood what I said. Slow is good? Okay. I will try my best to speak slowly because I do speak fast, as you can tell. Okay. This is so cute. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Let's do the first question, shall we? Okay. Let's see. Oh, this one is relevant. What are some of your top boundaries for followers, especially since you're question. It's difficult, as I said earlier. I'm getting to a point. Ooh, chickens? Where? I'm getting to a point where people who I am in real life, which is a little freaky. I just say, oh, what happened? I would trust that my followers have oh my god. I trust that my followers have pretty good judgment. I try to make a space where I'm not a weirdo in a bad way, kind of just what happens. So I would say top boundaries is try. Oops, shoot, I don't know how to use Minecraft. What's you look at the options. Oh shoot. Oh no. Who remembers the button for your inventory? Because I don't remember. Oh god, let's just try all of them. There it is. Okay, sweet. Can anyone hear me? Just to double check. Okay, I'll try that. Okay, I hear chickens. Where are they? Okay, not entirely unintelligible. That's a good sign. Where's the chicken? So I can eat it. Not too aggressive. Oh. I'm gonna kill it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I need food. Come back here. Okay, let's. Else. Is that okay with everyone? Yeah, sorry that I killed the chicken. I apologize. Okay, am I back to normal? Give me a thumbs up or a yes or a one or something. Okay, okay, we're gonna play something else. I'm so sorry. Uh, definitely, as Marfan Lady Nat said, first 20 minutes is rough. But I appreciate you all sticking with me. Does Webkinz sound good? Because that's the thing I had in my back pocket, and that's hopefully doesn't take up 50% of my CPU. And also, I think it's fun. There was one of the questions is, do you have any? Okay, we're doing it. Absolutely. Okay, awesome. One of the questions is, do you have any childish interests? I guess I'll answer that now. Kids. Is it? Am I still good? Still good? I want to make sure Minecraft does or Webkinz doesn't have the same problem. Oh, okay. I'll let you all know. So okay. Here, I'll show you the title screen for you to get an idea. This is a game for children, probably like under middle school. Here, I'll change my screen back to gameplay. So this is what the characters look like. I'll show you my little Webkinz collection while we're here. There was another question that was, I'll just get it out of the way now, which is, what are your top 3 childhood toys? I have them with me at college. This is not a Webkinz, this is a Build-A-Bear, which is also equally amazing, although the online offering is not as robust, unfortunately. His name is Teddy, he's wearing a Captain America outfit. I bought it for my, I bought the outfit for my mom when I was going away from college because we had a big MCU phase the summer before I was a freshman. And I let her keep Teddy with her, but now obviously I have taken him back. So instead, I left my pride flag in my bedroom in my parents' house so that they can have the same feeling. But Webkinz are these little plush toys. This is a beagle. This is a one I got recently. He's a porcupine. Yeah, they do, but they make them ugly now. These are like the old timey ones. I've had here. I brought my favorite ones with me to college because I'm a child. This is a llama my sister got me. His neck is very floppy. This is a beagle. Oh, I also collect Build-A-Bears, as you can probably tell. But yeah, they made them a lot in like the 2000, early 2010s and like late 2000s. And they would each come with a little unique code that you could put into this video game, and then you could like play with them online, like do all of these games. Now they've been bought by Big Toy. That's a joke. And their toys are like really ugly now. They're like the really big eyes that are supposed to be more appealing to little kids. Yeah, they make now all of the toys are ugly. It's like really upsetting, honestly. But yeah, so Webkinz is just these little plush toys, and they would each come with a code, and you could play in this like little funky world. This is the toy that we'll be playing with in the world because unfortunately, like I think it was a year and a half or 2 years ago, they wiped all of the old accounts. They like people were joking online. The adults that still play, they're like they murdered all of the Webkinz that were just sitting in their old homes. But yeah, so I unfortunately lost all of my Webkinz, and it was like the wipe happened like 2 months before me and my roommate decided we were going to start playing again. Terrible timing, but well, now we can play, and you can see how fun it really is. How many bears do I have? Yeah, your dog has been brutally murdered by the Webkinz CEO. It's very sad. Oh yeah, definitely an old gaming website. Bearville. Oh my God, Bearville. This is Nostalgia City over here. I think I have like 10 Build-A-Bears and maybe like 20 Webkinz, 15 to 20 Webkinz that I all got when I was middle school and prior. But most of them are at my parents' house. So let's do this. Well, you can't steal my password. It's just little dots. Did I do the wrong password? I did, LOL. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. I love this. A little duck. Oh, cute. Is it this weird duck thing? This one that doesn't have arms? Because that's called a Google or something. But that is a very cute name. Ouija is a cute name. You're going to summon spirits with your little duck. Okay, let's see if I can get my Webkinz password correct. LOL. Awesome. Okay. But yeah, unlike, I don't know if Bearville, yeah, Google, it's just a duck with no arms. I don't know why they got rid of his arms. I feel bad. But I don't know if Bearville is still updated, but Webkinz, like, they're still working really hard to, like, get, oh, description of the movie is called the duck. Sure. That's a computer thing I don't understand. But Webkinz, like, they still have, like, monthly events and, like, all of this new stuff. They have a new app called Webkinz Now, which is, like, for the new toys. A flaming horse? Oh, that's sick. That's a good name. That's a good name. Kids are really good. I don't know if you're a kid, if you got it when you were a child, but children are either really good at, like, creative names or they're really terrible. Like, I was very terrible. You're going to see a penguin in here. His name is Penguin in the game, but in real life, his name was Pengui. I just added a Y at the end. So that's what I did with most of my toys. I have a Sealy. I don't have a horsey or anything. I named her Shirley, which is basically the thing. But yeah, I was terrible at naming my toys. Well, if Minecraft is ever, or not Minecraft, Webkinz is ever going to load, that would be fantastic. Bearville is down? No! That's tragic. Oh, now they murdered my teddy bear, too. I'm going to change this title to Webkinz plus Q&A. Webkinz, LOL. I edited the stream information. It would say Webkinz instead. I hope Webkinz works. Let's see. OMG, that would be hilarious. Then you wouldn't want to kill any of the animals. You'd become a vegan. Can you be a vegan in Minecraft? I guess there are mushrooms and like carrots and stuff. This dog, yeah, dog's named Dog. That's actually funny because in real life, my real life pet, who's a bunny, her name is Bunny. So, I mean, it's okay. You have to be embarrassed. And that was when my entire family were adults. So, hilarious. In The Walking Dead, the dog's name is Dog. That's true. Veganism is possible in Minecraft, confirmed. You just have bread. But bread is like a good source of nutrition in Minecraft, isn't it? You get a lot of the little health bars back. Let's try this again. Don't say your password out loud, Chris. What are you doing? Yeah, boundaries for followers. Don't tell your followers your password to all of your things. Webkinz. Aw, Boo and Boo. How do you pronounce that? Boo Boo. Oh, cute. That's very cute. You know what? They don't have, their value is in their adorableness. You don't need to have what's it called? They don't have to be super creative. A script in this movie is costing a Flash player. If it continues, cancel. I'm just gonna try it. And hopefully it'll load. Oh, great. Okay, so click cancel immediately helped it. Minecraft vegans. I used to play Minecraft with a vegan. That's so funny. Yeah. Okay. Welcome to Minecraft. Oh my god. I'm in Minecraft headspace right now. Am I still good or am I lagging? I see I'm a little slow, but hopefully you can hear me properly. Just let me know in the chat if we're okay. Minor lag. Okay, that's okay. We can do minor. We can do minor. Shopping spree. Congratulations. White sweater and scarf. Wow, that is let's call it camp. That's a pretty ugly camp sweater. Audio is 100% fine. Okay, fantastic. That's good enough for me. Good enough for me. Okay, so welcome. Welcome to my Webkinz room. This is Penguin. He has a little bee friend that I won doing something. I don't really remember. And this is his sick pad. Very cool room. Since he's a penguin, they have kiss noise. They have a lot of like ice-themed items. So I got him a little ice corner. But then this is like a gothic fireplace. So if he wants to warm up a little bit, he totally can. Yeah, whatever this game is. Who knows? I need to undecorate for Christmas. I guess that's something I could do during the stream. But you can turn the lights on, hang out on your little couch. And it was cute. They had menorahs and stuff too. So that was sweet. And that also means that people are still working on Webkinz now, which is fun, When I was looking for internships over the winter break, I was jokingly I say, as if I wasn't entirely serious, looking to see if Webkinz had any openings. They did which is sad. Much better than before. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, so in Webkinz, you basically just take care of your, here, have some watermelon. You just take care of your pets. Ooh. And that's it, basically. You just like keep your pets happy. And then you can like play games and stuff. This little heart here, you like are supposed to fill to like make them super happy. I have no idea how to turn down the volume of the sounds. Make a wish of the day. Oh, Jesus Christ. And also, your pets will ask you for things, and if you don't do them, they will get sad. Yeah, working for Webkinz would be awesome. They still have like fan competitions. Okay, she's gonna start talking. 1 second. Amanda.
Hey, great to see you again. Do you want to use a wish machine today?
I don't, but Penguin does, so we're gonna do it. Wish fact.
Make a wish.
God, she's so loud. You know what happened? I bought the Webkinz Now app because they told you to. Yeah, the Gothic fireplace is awesome. I'm like, they have cool items. But I was in like the new Webkinz Next game, which is a mobile app. And they replace like one of the most iconic characters with this panda woman. I'm like, where did he go? To show you. Blue fall season window. Which one should I pick? This is not very accessible. I can't really tell what everything is. Campkins pool. Here, I'll wish for the Campkins pool.
Nice choice. Good luck.
Let's see. Help, room decorating, comments, parent area. Oh no, is that gonna open something?
Webkinz World is all about caring for your pet.
Oh no. Okay. Hopefully, is it too loud when they talk? Like, is it unbearable? I hope not. Let me know if it is, and I don't know what I'm gonna do about it, but hopefully I can reassure you or something. Let you know when it's about to happen. But yeah, how far are we? Oh wow, 40 minutes. Okay. Let's do questions because LOL, we've done 2 so far, and I have like 30. While I like take care of my pet. So, shop, social media, college. Okay, let's start with college/work. One of the questions I got was, what were your stats like, academics and extracurriculars, to get into UCLA? I know it's college season. I think applications have like passed at this point. Yeah, she's like, make a wish today. Very aggressive. But yeah, in terms of like how I got into college, I went to middle school and high school in Northern California, near Silicon Valley. So all of like the kids around me were very going for Ivy Leagues and stuff. I'm gonna bathe my pet while I tell you about my college experience. And in California, if you're not from here, there's oh. So loud. Okay, if it's not too bad, I'm not going to mess with it. But if it is too bad, anyone else, just let me know, and I can try to mess with it. Okay, maybe I can't bathe him and talk at the same time because it's so friggin' loud. Here, I'll do it quick. Speed round. I know like people do speed runs for all types of stuff. I doubt there's speed runs for Webkinz. I'll just keep them in the bath while I answer this question. So yeah, if you're not from California, you may or may not know this, but there's the University of California system, which is like a series of like, I think it's 7 or 8 colleges, universities that are all like give you in-state tuition compared to like if you go to Harvard or something. So I only applied to those schools because they were more affordable, and also they're still like good. It's not like there's my mouse. There it is. It's not like they're lower quality or anything like that. So I basically only applied to UCs. In terms of how I did in high school, I did 4 APs the entire time. A lot of kids did like 4 APs a semester. Penguin Bat Speedrun, yeah. And I, what's this? Yeah, so in high school, I had, I think, by the end of it, like the weighted GPA was like a 4.08. And keep in mind, my goal was UC Irvine, which I think is like the fifth or fourth best out of the UCs. I didn't have high academic expectations of myself at that point, because the average GPA for getting into UCLA is like a 4.37, at least the year that I got in. But one thing that I think was really helpful to me personally was debate. I think I've talked about it a little bit on my Instagram, but I did debate in high school for every year. And yeah, so like I think that was like really helpful to me. That's like one of the cliche things is like debate helps you get into college, but dress me with any glasses? Oh, goodness. But yeah, if you're getting, it's difficult to say because college is so random, really. Yeah, if you're like nervous about like getting into a good school.
Welcome back to the
God.
Kin Style Outlet. We've got all of this season's stunning styles.
Yeah, if you're nervous about getting into college, it's like a cliche to say, but like it really doesn't define who you are as a person. Like if you don't get into your dream school, that doesn't mean that you're like a terrible student or a terrible person. So like whatever your personal stats are, I'm sure you're okay.
It's a bunch. You are one cool customer.
Okay, geez, yeah, just yell about it. Yeah, that's my personal experience. I did debate and I did fairly well in like my classes in high school. But yeah, that's that question. Okay, I'll do another college and work one. In class, do you introduce yourself as using he and z, those are my pronouns, or just one? Yeah, I use both pronouns in real life. It's actually a big surprise to a lot of people when I like use my neo pronouns in real life. Like I'm an adult and I use neo pronouns, but sorry, I'm looking for a tissue. I think I forgot to get myself one. Anyways, but yeah, I do use both pronouns in real life. I have them in my like little Zoom name. It's not like anyone uses them really unless they're like trans. But I haven't really faced any problems using them in college. Was debate considered an extracurricular? Yeah, we had a debate class in the last couple years of high school, but it was considered an extracurricular. Like we needed to get extra funding to do it from the principal. And I like, I was kind of the star child in debate. So my debate coach would like have the professor, not the professor, excuse me, the principal like sit in on my debate round so that she would give us more money, which was an honor, honestly. But yeah, it counted as an extracurricular at my high school because we had a pretty small team starting. But yeah, okay, next question. Sorry, I'm not really like playing and talking at the same time. As you can tell, I'm very bad at multitasking. Okay, brace yourself for like a loud noise. I don't remember if this game has noise. Does it? Oh, this is a Zingo, by the way. For anyone curious about what this little teardrop guy is, you can't buy him like as a pet, but he's like in the canonical universe. Wow, okay, well that was terrible. Kin's Cash is the the currency of Webkinz. Um, yeah, did I just... Wow, I'm like all over the place. Have I met ever... Okay. Have you ever met any other neopronoun users in real life? Actually, I have. One of the LGBT center at my university is like luckily very diverse, and one of the interns that reaches out to the people who are interested uses Z0 pronouns, so that's really cool. Like getting to college really did like completely alter my view on gender and like what gender could be. Like one of my close friends now, like I assumed he was cis, and then I was like shocked when he showed up at like a trans club, and now I don't. I try my best not to assume people's genders anymore because I'm wrong. Like it's very easy to be wrong. But yeah, I've met quite a few people who have used neopronouns in real life, and it's kind of reassuring. It's nice to see like people who are kind of would be considered weird on the internet, and it's just like a normal thing that happens in real life. So that's, if any of you have any trans meds that are bothering you, you really don't have to worry about it as much as you think you do, because they're just wrong about what it's like to be in the real world and be trans. Very loud. Okay. Another question. What does your usual routine look like? Okay, these questions kind of together, but didn't they sell this at McDonald's? I'm sure they did sell Webkinz as like, what's it called? Like in Happy Meals. I'm sure, I don't remember, honestly, but if they did, I don't think anyone would keep them because they're like ugly and weird, which is a little mean. That's a little mean to say, but he is not a real thing, so that's okay. Okay, let's do this. Belinda, oh God, so loud. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Get this over with. Oh God. Stop. Oh, thank God. I'm so sorry. That was like a jump scare. Yeah, weird. I'm really over like the term chronically online. It's really honestly ridiculous in my opinion. Yeah, I did. I didn't find any audio settings, unfortunately. But yeah, like chronically online. Yeah, the people who are chronically online are the people who use the term chronically online for other people that they meet on the internet. Like, it's so funny to me that like. No, there wasn't an audio option. Yeah. I'm sorry for the jump scare clown music. That was horrible. But, what was I saying? What were we talking about? Yeah, chronically online, like, it's ironic when people on TikTok are like, I saw this chronically online take, as if they're not posting a video about it on TikTok. Like, you are also, you know, it's a little hypocritical in my opinion. Yeah, some people don't like clowns, maybe, I don't know. It's very loud. And I don't want to bombard people with too much stimulation. But yeah, chronically on, like, just leave people alone, honestly. If they're not, people think that, like, people are doing harm by using friggin' its pronouns or, like, bun self. Like, who cares? Just let them, you know, use bunny pronouns. It literally doesn't affect you. You don't have to talk to them. But yeah, in terms of this question, which how many pronouns did you try before settling on he/ze / did you go through a lot of names and pronouns before finding the ones for you? It's kind of interesting. I don't really question myself. Yeah, touch grass. Like, no, leave me alone. Like, Uninstall TikTok. Yeah, TikTok is if you get on the wrong side, which is it's pretty easy to, like, even just the wrong side of queer TikTok is like really aggressive and mean. It's just, yeah, it's rough. But anyways, I'm going to try answering the questions and not look at the chat so much because I want to keep my train of thought for just a second. Okay, so in terms of what I did before settling on the pronouns and stuff that I use now, I'm very decisive, if that makes sense. Like, if I, not 20,000, if I, like, am kind of feeling something is different than it usually is in terms of, like, my preconceptions about my sexuality or my gender or whatever, I kind of just, like, realize it and move on. Like, I'll use a different label and just, like, move on completely. Like, when I've talked about it a lot on my Instagram, but, like, because I grew up a little separated from traditional, like, gender socialization because of my disability, I, like, didn't really have a big problem with ending up being queer, at least in the 7th grade it was liking girls, and then in high school it was ending up being trans, right? So, like, those things just kind of occurred to me, and then I was just immediately like, oh yeah, this is a thing that I'm experiencing. And I started with he, him pronouns just because that was kind of the default, and then one of my old internet friends was messing around with neo pronouns, and I just kind of saw ones I liked and stuck with them, and if I hated them, I would have moved on. So, yeah, and then I just picked, I had my parents pick out my middle name in particular because it's like a Greek tradition to be named after, like, when you're a boy, to be named after, like, your parents' parents. So I got my grandfather's name as my middle name. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, let's try something else. Oh, okay. Thank goodness that's not going to be happening the whole time. Let's check these off before I do this. This game sucks. It's just as bad as Real Prize Clause, honestly, but I want to get a prize. Let's see. Ooh, sweet. Awesome. Yeah, just go as slow as possible. Like, the slowest you possibly can to get to the end. Sweet. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. You are very cool. Okay. So let's go to another question. Let's go to the aromantic section. Has anyone hit on you not realizing you're aromantic? Was it awkward? It's funny because a lot of people assume that, like, everyone has game, if that makes sense. Like, I don't typically, like, I don't want to say attract, but, like, I don't think I've ever been hit on, at least to my knowledge. Maybe that is just me being aromantic and not knowing what's going on. So I think the answer to the question is no, just because I've never really been hit on before. So if it happened because I was aromantic, I think that would be worse. But let's see if that ever actually happens. Okay, this is gonna have music playing. I'm gonna try to silence it. Yeah. Quiet. Okay. I realize I'm just playing and not explaining what the game is at all. This is Spree. It's like Monopoly kind of. You go all the way to the board, through the board, and then you get to, like, the mall at the end, and you get to all your credits to buy stuff. Okay, yeah, so that's that question. Ooh, don't answer all of them. Okay, we'll go to disability. How do you use mobility aids in daily life? What other kinds of aids do you use? Yeah, exactly, Inky. Like, who knows? It's a mystery. That's hilarious. Even the UFO is loud. Oh my god. Win 60-30 Kinskash. I realize I can turn down my own volume. Okay, there we go. Yeah, do you use mobility aids in your daily life? What kind of aids do you use? I guess the main aid that I use, it's not really a mobility aid, obviously, but my glasses are probably the biggest like disability aid that I use. Shop to a drop. All shopping bags are yellow. Okay, cool. Not that I literally don't need one, but that's fine. But yeah, my glasses are my main thing. I talked about it recently in a TikTok where it was like, people don't realize that just because you wear glasses, like, doesn't mean that you have 20/20 vision. And the amount of comments I've gotten about that are just so absurd. But in terms of like stuff to move around in, I don't own any mobility aids, so I don't use any regularly. But I do use like motorized scooters in like shopping centers. Like I use it in Target and Costco and stuff like that if I feel like I need to. Well, I have 7 bonus rolls, jeez. Yeah, so I pretty much just use it in big places that don't have a place to sit or don't have a place to really rest. Flat tire, rip. And that's, you know, that's okay. I don't think I need to own anything, at least at this point in my life. Maybe I will in the future. Who knows, you know, what the future brings. But yeah, I don't use mobility aids every day, but I do in big places. So I guess that answers that question. Okay. Do you have any learning disabilities? I don't, to my knowledge. There's always like, going back to TikTok, right? Like, do you neurodivergent or are people oversimplifying? Yeah, the one where the friggin' ironic, the most ironic thing, right, is when you posted a video about being visually impaired and then they block the text so that visually impaired people can't read it. Okay, let's do this quick. Shit. Oh no. Oh, which one should I pick? Left or right? Oh, right. Damn it. Rip. What was the question? I'm so sorry. I'm all over the place. Do you have learning disabilities? I don't think so. That's my answer. Okay. My notes app is going absolutely wild right now. It's like switching all up and down. Okay, what does your usual routine look like with all the things you have to consider, shop, school, etc.? I am fairly busy. I am gonna have to stop waking up super late. I'm just gonna exit out because it's not working. Today I had to set an alarm to make sure that I didn't sleep in for this because I do stay up very late, but I wake up late as well. But yeah, I just try to like make lists. Like I was very anti-list when I was growing up. My mom would be like, make a list so that you know what you have to do and like make sure that you don't forget all of the things you have to do. And I would just
the wheel of wow.
I would just never do it. But then it turns out when you're in college and you're doing stuff that you enjoy to do and you don't have to like be forced to unload the dishwasher and stuff and that's on your list, then it's a lot easier to follow and it feels a lot better. Oh my goodness, are you gonna stop? Come on. There we go. Oh, cool. 100. But yeah, it's pretty much just fitting things in when I can. Like I have my going to the post office day is like Mondays and Thursdays so that I don't spend every day doing orders and stuff like that and kind of letting go of forcing myself to like do too much in one day. So it's really just like based on the day and based on what my list says. Like I have a lot of homework on my list at the moment once we're done with this. Yeah. Welcome to my world. Yeah. It's a little, not to cringe culture myself, but it's a little cringe that I had to set an alarm for so I would be up at 1 p.m. But yeah, you're not cringe, but I certainly am. Yeah, my routine depends on the day. What kind of stuff would you love to make or sell if you had the resources and time? That's a great question. I would love to like make large prints of like art that I'm really proud of. Like for example, I have this like self-portrait that I made pretty recently. No, it was literally a year ago. What am I talking about? I made this cool self-portrait like a year ago. And I like would just love to, if like people were into that, to like sell my huge self-portraits and stuff on like canvas or something like really professional looking. But of course that's very expensive and no one's going to pay like $150 for something like that. Yeah, you don't, I'm not like, I know you said you uninstalled TikTok, but like those videos, oh God, this is going to be farm music. 1 second. Okay, that's enough. But yeah, there are so many like TikTok influencers who like claim to have it all together. They're like, I wake up at 5 to go to the gym for 2 hours, and then I go to class at 8 until 5, and then I like cook myself a healthy meal, and then I go to bed at 8 p.m. It's like, you know, life is a little more difficult than that, and there's a lot more stuff you have to fit in than you think. So you got to be flexible, and you got to make sure you're not, harping on yourself if you know things aren't working out the way that you thought they were going to. But yeah, you all are valid AF, and I'm glad I can show you that. I'm just playing Webkinz without explaining what anything is happening. This is Jumbleberry Fields. You roll the sounds so ridiculous when you explain it. You roll the berry jar dice, and then you try to get points from like what you have in the jars. So mixed basket is when you have all of them. Free roll is whatever, and then like getting 5 of one, 4 of one, 3 of one, and then all of the individual berries. I love that I know the intricacies of this game. So that's a good mixed basket right there. But yeah, what kind of stuff would you love to make and sell? Big prints, big canvas prints. Because I don't know how to paint, but I draw and then print it onto canvas. Oh, cool. That's good fun. Who inspired you to start your own shop? What was the first product you sold? Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. What inspired you to start your own shop? What was the first product you sold? I was inspired a lot by 2 creators who I'm still pretty good friends with. Very good friends with, I would say. Howdy, it's Junebug and Lil Boy Bluish, Arthur and Juniper. They were kind of some of my first internet friends and my first small business friends, and I pretty much saw that they were kind of living their best lives, making things that they loved, and I was like, I kind of want to do that too. So I decided to turn my art into physical stuff. And my first products were my Take Me Home stickers, like the little UFO ones with the different pride flags. I like bought a bunch from a sticker company, and I was like super excited about them. And then that kind of blossomed into people wanting buttons, and then eventually, you know, more stuff like that. Thank you. Oh, that's so nice of you. But yeah, those are my first things, and those 2 creators, I mean, we're still good, very good friends. I met Arthur in real life, which is like wild. So yeah, it's nice to feel, you know, like there are people who have your back, kind of in the weird landscape we're in. Okay, what's another question from a different section? What's your major? I'm a communications major. People kind of make fun of it. I don't think it deserves the kind of ridicule that it gets. Yeah, they're great. People think that like communications is like the cop-out major, but at UCLA at least, you have to apply to get into it, and you have to apply once you're in the university. Like you can't. It's not like engineering where you have to apply like ahead of time. You can get rejected. Aw, you are so nice. Oh, that's so nice, Pure Noah. Congratulations. If you once you start it, hit me up and I'll share it on my story. Hopefully people will go and shop with you. Oh, really? Communications? Yeah, it's actually really fulfilling. I was like, I took, you have to take prereq courses before you apply. And I was like, this is sick. Like I kind of love learning about all of this. And last quarter I took like a politics and entertainment class, and it talked all about how like entertainment media has all of these effects on our brains and stuff, and how like we did an analysis of the Colbert Report, which with Stephen Colbert, who was like a deadpan comedian. Oh, did I already do jumbleberries? Oh, shoot. Damn. Pickleberries. Yeah, not jumbleberries. What kinds of things do communications encompass? Yeah, it encompasses like communication, basically. Right now I'm taking like the Intro Communication Studies class, which is all about like all the different types of communication and communication theory. That was very drawn out. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, communications is like all the way from figuring out like why we do certain things, like why we communicate in certain ways, to analyzing like people's perceptions of their own experiences. Critical theory is also included under communication, like critical race theory, critical disability theory. That's all communications. Because it's all about like critical theory is all about like realizing that science and all of this types of stuff are not automatically objective. Like each science carries their own biases, right? Like the original yeah, dead pansexual comedian. No, deadpan is like speaking like not letting people know that you're joking is what deadpan is. So like doing satire but not letting people know that it's satire. Yeah, that story about the Colbert Report. So his character on the Colbert Report was like a very conservative, emotional pundit. And his whole thing was basically making fun of conservatives. He was very liberal himself, making fun of conservatives, like by making them seem super absurd. But the thing is based on your like preconceived notions of what he's saying, like if you agree with the absurd things he's saying, then watching that show actually bolsters your own beliefs. Like compared to a liberal audience sees it as ridiculous and like tries to force that, away from themselves. So that's called selective interpretation, communications words. But yeah, it's really fascinating. Some of it's a little difficult. As I said, my communication study class is like very complicated. But it's interesting. There's a lot that's under it. And it's not, people think it's, as I said, it's like a cop-out major where you don't learn anything. You just learn how to talk. It's not true. Bet all the people who say that wouldn't be able to write the essays that I have to write. But yeah, I also am doing disability studies. That's my minor. What should I do now? Wishing well. And that's, well, all about disability and stuff like that. They're trying to make it into a major. If I, went to college later and that was the major, I would probably either double major or do that. That's really fascinating. And all the classes I've taken in that so far are like super interesting. I've only taken a few. But I got to take a class with this really famous disability studies scholar named Rosemary Garland Thompson. I think I've talked about her on my story before. And she is disabled herself. She's like a disability justice writer and bioethicist. And she was just, that was such an honor to take a class with her. I took a bioethics class with her. And I wrote my final essay on American Horror Story Freak Show and why it was ableist. And it was so funny because like UCLA has a lot of opportunities for like meeting these really incredible academics. And it was so funny. I was like, I kind of want to write about, critique American Horror Story Freak Show. And she was like, oh, well, I'm personally friends with Matt Frazier, who plays, he's the guy with short arms. And he's like covered in tattoos in that show. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, fantastic that you know one of the most famous British disability actors. And she's, that's always so fun. But yeah, that's what I'm studying. And it's super interesting. Is it mostly disabled people in the disability studies classes? That's a good question. It depends, right? So like is it all of them? I think all of the disability studies classes are doubly listed. So that means they're listed in different departments. Like I took a class on disability and culture, like dance and arts and stuff. And that was listed with African American studies and was it anthropology or sociology or something like that? Because disability studies is very interdisciplinary. And in my bioethics class, because it was about specifically healthcare ethics, it was doubly listed with the STEM field, which is like genetics. What is it called? Like human society and genetics. So a bunch of the people in that class were just people who were pre-med and not disabled and wanted to learn a little bit more about how disabled people specifically are affected in healthcare. Which I honestly think should be a requirement if you're going to be in pre-med. Like you should probably learn about disabled people. But yeah, a lot of the people in those classes are actually non-disabled. And it's funny, I'm a part of the Disabled Student Union, and one of my TAs, who I thought was non-disabled, she like became disabled after I had her class, and now she's in the Disabled Student Union, so that's kind of fun. Yeah, ooh, what's this? A panda. Oh, that'd be cute. Okay, what's your major? But yeah, it's very interdisciplinary, and it's unfortunate sometimes in like group discussions when people are not disabled, because like it's obviously a safe space for them to ask questions, because they're the ones who are honestly learning the most from it. Had to give my ear a break. But it's a little frustrating as a disabled person when people say like either wildly ableist or just like classic ableist things. Like in my bioethics class, we did a lot of discussions of like euthanasia, and there was a lot of rhetoric surrounding like being disabled is a terrible thing. And luckily, when professors are disabled, they kind of are on the disabled student sides, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, absolutely. You're going to be a great prosthetics maker. I can already tell. I saw you were you're going into that as your field, and I'm excited for you. Yeah, if you're going to work with people who are disabled, you should know, what being disabled is like and what the ethics surrounding disability. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't believe that, which is unfortunate. It's not like a requirement. But yeah. This was a funny question. Any tips for making friends? Would you say you have a lot of friends? I don't think I have a lot of friends. I do have like a nice little group of, we met in like the trans group at UCLA, and then we started a D&D group, which is very classic. I feel like that's such a gay thing. Like meeting your friends after doing D&D together. And then I have my roommate, who I was roommates with my freshman year in gender inclusive housing, and we're still together, which is nice. But in terms of like tips for making friends, I would just say join clubs. like do stuff that you really love, and then you'll find other people who really love the same things. And then you'll just, I mean, it'll feel better. Oh wait, this guy's iconic. Wait, his name's Artie.
Welcome to the curio shop. Hope you find what you're looking for.
Anyways, but yeah, I would just say, in college, like you're not gonna necessarily find people in your classes that have the same interests as you, but if you join, yeah, Artie is iconic. He was the guy, as I said earlier, you know, that panda woman, Amanda, I'm being very aggressive to her, but in the new Webkinz game, they replaced Artie with just Amanda. I'm like, what did they do with him? Did they kill him in the sweep too? Like, Jesus. I was so sad when I saw that. But yeah, join clubs, find people who have your same interests, and then usually it'll go from there. I didn't make any friends in my actual classes in my freshman year because probably because I took STEM classes in my freshman year. I started out as a math major. Thank God I got out of that. But yeah, if you find things you're super interested in, the people will follow. And that's, you know, I joined the trans club, literally just for trans people. And I joined, you know, the news magazine for queer people and the Disabled Student Union. And that's basically where my friends are. Yeah, definitely. I would agree with that. It's especially when you're not in school anymore. It's like, who are you supposed to talk to? Like, it's, you know, it can be potentially dangerous to just like go to a bar and expect to find friends there, you know? Yeah, yeah. I mean, they did. They had a murder sweep and they friggin' didn't tell anyone about it. I can't believe it. Okay, let's do the iconic. But yeah, that's my tip for making friends. Find things that you love and then the people will follow. Let's do the gem hunt.
Today looks like a good day for some mining.
Oh God, I love him. Each of these are a specific color. One of them is green. I have no idea which one it is. Let's say this one is green. Maybe it's this one. Oh! Yes, 20% chance of getting that right. And there was a red... Okay, whatever.
Congratulations! Looks like you found yourself a gem. You can keep that gem for your collection and try for that legendary crown of wonder. Or I can buy it from you if you like. Let me see what I can offer. Pretty decent. No deal, huh? Okay. Good luck with that collection.
I want to show you my gem collection because this is so cool. I love the gem thing. That's like the best part of Webkinz. You can get, when I was a kid, getting the Crown of Wonder was like the only thing that I wanted. That was my ambition, was getting the Crown of Wonder, and I never did as a kid. I was like pretty bad at Webkinz, honestly, when I was a child. Which you would think it would be easier because it's for kids. I'm just showing off all of my gems because I think they look cool. Corona Topaz, Webkinz, not the time. Okay. And then white is cute too. Let's go shopping. See, that's what I mean. These little gremlin animals. No, that's mean. But like these little animals are just like, spend money on me, and if you don't, I'll be sad, and then you'll feel sad that you've neglected us. Like, geez, a little aggressive. Yeah, let's just get you some food. It's very cute. You can buy like themed food for your pet, depending on like what the pet is. You'll get a special food. Ooh, glow. There you go. Okay. Next question. Would you say you've transitioned as much as you want to? That's a good question. I would like to get all of my stuff like legally changed. I've been thinking of getting it as like a 21st birthday present for myself. Because in California you have like the vertical ID when you're below 21, and then you get a horizontal. So it'd be like just a great natural time to do it. But in terms of like socially and stuff, other than like legal changes, I would say I am. I've talked about it before on my Instagram, but like I, haven't medically transitioned. I don't really have a plan to do that in terms of like testosterone or top surgery or anything like that. Like I don't think I personally need it because I've don't really have too much of like a strong. Like a lot of gender dysphoria is really your relationship with gender, and a lot of people didn't really have the opportunity to have kind of the disconnect from gender socialization that I had as a kid. So people are really entrenched in what it means to be a man and what it means to be a woman. So a lot of people medically transition, and that's totally fine. I think Juniper Howdy It's Junebug made a post about how they stopped medically transitioning because it wasn't right for them, and that's an okay thing too. But yeah, I just never really had any. Well, in the beginning I did because I thought there was one way to be trans: use he/him pronouns, be strictly masculine, get top surgery, get testosterone and stuff. But I learned through kind of investigating my own emotions that it's I'm fine the way that I am. I don't think I was born in the wrong body. I don't really subscribe to that kind of trans narrative. I think a lot of people are starting to reject that now, actually. Oh, cool, I got one. Yeah, so I'm good how I am, I think, for now. If that changes in the future, it may change in the future, who knows? But for now, I'm good. What's up, Alyssa?
Amazing! A star has been found. I'm always looking for stars to spell with.
I never understood what that meant, because none of these are letters. Because it's like a kid's game, so you think it was something
How about making a trade? Will you accept my offer?
Yeah, it doesn't become as, no, I'm gonna keep it.
I can see why you want to keep your star.
But yeah, especially, there was another question about like transness and disability. Like, when you spend so much of your time in hospitals, like in high school, I was hospitalized like 10 times in high school. And like, when people talk so casually about getting a surgery, I'm always like a little surprised. I'm like, have you ever been in the hospital? Like, it's a little, getting surgery is a little bit of a bigger thing than people realize. And I always see these videos that are like things to expect after top surgery, and then it's just like regular things that happen with any surgery, and I'm always like, you non-disableds. Well, that's cool. I'm glad your doctor is makes it easy for you if you did want to go that route. That's actually what happened when I came out as trans to my primary care physician. She was like, okay, do you want to start T? And I was like, whoa, wait, I'm 16. Like, I haven't really thought about it. And the latest time that I saw, like, at a different appointment, like a completely unrelated appointment, I got to see a list of all of my diagnoses, like, related to Marfan syndrome and stuff. And gender dysphoria was just, like, on the list. And I was like, okay. All I said was I'm trans, so thanks, like, for opening that up for me. If only it was that easy for everyone else, But yeah, I don't need to medically transition personally. Yeah, it's just like, would you like some? I guess I could if I needed to, but I'm good for now. And like my parents' initial cautiousness, I think, was healthy at the time, because I was trying to get all the things I thought I should get. And I realized, let's think about it some more. But yeah, I don't label myself as non-dysphoric, because I think that comes with so much stigma, even though a lot of people aren't trans meds anymore. But it's like, I'm good. Like, if I get misgendered, that sucks, but not particularly because I feel like it's my own gender, but it's just like annoying, if that makes sense. Like, being annoyed by the way somebody is treating you, I think, is different from like feeling an intense discomfort with yourself. Like, a lot of people you know, unfortunately. Like when I get excited, I don't know if you could tell with this, but like my voice gets higher and I talk faster, and that's like a feminine thing to do or whatever. So if I'm in group discussions, people will like misgender me out of the blue, and I'm just like, okay, that's not my fault, you know. Like they can have any perceptions that they want, even if they're wrong. Yeah, it's nice, like you know, they don't understand the nuances of transness, right? But it's like, in the end, if I did want, you know, to medically transition, they would make my life a lot easier, which I think is, in the end, good. For like, because I feel like a large majority of trans people do want to medically transition, and if they all had that opportunity and didn't have to jump through hoops, like, we would be happier as a community. Things would be better. Like, gender affirming care is healthcare, and it helps. It's suicide prevention, and I wish more people had that opportunity, and I wish I could give an opportunity from my experience to them, if that makes sense. Let's move these people. Yeah, agree. Yeah, we just said the same thing. We're on the same page. Okay, let's check off that question. Where is it? Check it off. Wow, I don't know how to navigate a simple notes app, apparently. Here it is. Okay, great. Okay, let's go to school. This is my favorite part of Webkinz.
Welcome back to the Kinsville Academy. What lessons will your little student be learning today?
Miss Caroline, you are so nice to me. Okay. What classes should we do? 14, 12, 15. Let's do style. This one you just have to like replicate what the little poodle model is wearing. Which, look at these fits. Very stylish, as you can tell. Polka dots, pirate pants, and a red hat. Okay. A red hat. Is it? No, that's the tuxedo shirt. Polka dots, and I think these are it. Sweet. I'm an expert. Okay, what's another question while I'm doing this? Has Etsy been treating you well? Do you ever plan to make your own site? I have personally had experiences with Etsy. Oh, well, that's a good question. That's actually a really good question. Is it me or is it them? I'm technically, oh wow, I did not look at what their outfit was. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Let's guess. Let's guess. Did I get any of them? Oh, I got the blue pants. Fantastic. It's technically the Penguins report card, but I'm doing all the work. And I am a separate person because I'm their caregiver. Like, they address me like I'm a separate person. So I honestly don't... I guess technically it's them, but I'm doing everything for them. But there is, like, you can... get, like, there's a stadium where you can like show off all your skills. Wow, I'm bombing this right now. Doing pretty terribly. There's like a stadium where they can do stuff themselves without your help. And you have to like be good at stuff in school in order to get really good at that. Big pink hat. I think it was the blue shirt, and then pink pants? Sweet. I'm an expert. Okay, yeah, so next question is, has Etsy been oh my god, what a style. Got the Trojan helmet and all. Has Etsy been treating you well? I would say yes, but they've done some dastardly things to, like, I keep mentioning Juniper. but its Etsy has been like on reserve for a while for like ridiculous reasons that are unexplained. And it's like hard to kind of stay on Etsy's side when you see all of your friends are kind of getting screwed over. But I've been pretty lucky as to experience those things. Yeah, I've never thought about that.
Good,
so
good. Your pet is certainly doing well here at the Academy. You must be really over the moon.
But yeah, Etsy,
There's
it's
still
just...
more opportunities for learning today if you'd like. Feel free to take a look at the clipboard to find another class.
I understand, Miss Caroline. Please stop talking. But yeah, their fees are like pretty absurd. Like they automatically take 20 cents whenever you make a sale. And, you know, they take a transaction fee that also takes money out of shipping. So like you lose some of your shipping that you've charged, and then if you increase shipping, it says you're increasing shipping too much. Are you sure you want to do that? Which is a little frustrating because it's like, you're taking all my money, so that's why I'm increasing it. It's quite frustrating. But I've, you know, had fairly good experiences. I've been trying to make my own website over the past couple months. I tried Squarespace for a little while, but I realized it's just way too expensive. It's like $35 for like a good subscription, and then like Wix is free, but you also have to have a subscription if you want to have a shop. I'm trying out Wix right now. But yeah, it's difficult because I have so many listings. I have like over 160 listings.
This is the hairdo for me.
So that makes it a little more difficult. And Etsy certainly has like really good UI, like user interface, and like making listings and actually like building your shop is like so much easier on Etsy than it is on other platforms. But yeah, I'm trying my best. We'll see if my personal website ever gets off the ground. I know a lot of people like Bianca Designs, Yas Petite Paulette, like they both have an actual shop and an Etsy. And I don't know like what the over-under is on that in terms of like how beneficial that is. But I just wish Etsy would take less money from people. And, oh, it disappears? Oh, like that. Okay. Yeah, WordPress. Yeah, I tried WordPress with, I've been working with WordPress for Outright, which is the queer news magazine.
Remember, this is the hairdo I want.
Yeah, okay, I don't want to mess you up. And that user interface is probably the least accessible to me, because you can't really edit anything like on the website itself. You have to do it separately on like a separate interface, which is like really difficult for me because I like have
Remember,
to see
this is the
as
hairdo
they
I
happen.
want.
Oh, that one is curled. I need to make sure to do that. But yeah, it's could be better, could be worse. Is really the whole thing with Etsy. Yeah, Etsy. It's fairly easy to get discovered on Etsy. Like, I'm sure if I didn't have the social media presence that I had, it would be a lot more difficult. But it's definitely easier to like get people to see you. Like, they don't have to just
Now
find
that looks wonderful.
organically from like Google, which is obviously going to be like a lot more difficult.
Good, good. Your
Yeah,
pet is
Etsy's
certainly
fine
doing
for
well
now.
here at the Academy.
We'll see.
You must be really over the moon.
Can you imagine if humans made puns the same way the animals in this game did? Like you made a joke about like well, maybe people do this. You just make a pun about your race or your gender every time you
There's
say
still
something.
more opportunities for learning today if you'd like. Feel free to take a look at the clipboard to find another class.
Okay. Let's go for another question. Haven't done any aromantic ones in a while. WordPress for years and it's... Yeah! Human puns. Make just bone jokes or something. Just realized my guy's wearing glasses. He's so cute. Like, what sounds humans make that are characteristic? And just make puns out of that, because she said moon because cows moo, obviously. We just make talk puns. Let's do agility. Okay, so another question is, how did you find out you were aromantic? So I found out in college, like pretty soon after starting college. Oh, this might not be good with stream because it's very laggy. Oh goodness. But yeah, as soon as I got into college, I started like evaluating all my past relationships, and then I realized, one, that none of them were particularly good, and two, none of them were particularly like romantically fulfilling. Like that wasn't what I was getting out of any of them. So I realized that maybe I was not experiencing the romantic attraction I thought I was. I was kind of just trauma bonded to each of them in their own special way. And once I realized that, well, applause. Once I realized that, it was pretty easy to like accept the aromantic label. Okay,
Good
don't
work.
say anything. Shh, 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 shh. There you go. But yeah, as soon as as I said before, I don't really question. I kind of just realized, and I had this big realization, and that maybe I wasn't demi-romantic, and just needed a strong connection with them. Maybe that strong connection I was feeling was just unhealthy attachment, and that's all I was experiencing. But yeah, trauma bonded in their own because everyone, every relationship is uniquely damaging. Definitely. But yeah, found out pretty early. And actually, my mom made a joke recently. We got an interview with like a pretty popular lesbian TikToker at Outright. And she's like, well, how come you didn't do the interview? And I'm like, well, I'm not a lesbian. And she goes, we need to find an aromantic person for you. You can interview Daryl from The Walking Dead, the only character who hasn't had a girlfriend. And I'm like, that would be a dream, honestly. But yeah. That's how I found out. I just realized in college. And that was fine by me, honestly. And now I'm in the, there's actually, oh, that's another thing about like people who use the words like chronically online. People say that like asexual and aromantic people being oppressed is like an online phenomenon. But it's really not. Like, it was actually kind of ironic. Like, someone I knew in my freshman year who was asexual themselves, like, literally told me...
Welcome back. Please pick the job that you'd like to do today.
She literally told me, like, you just haven't found the right person yet. And I'm like, isn't that what people say to you? Like, why would you say that to me? But I've luckily found a group, it's like the Ace Aerospace on campus that meets every week. And, like, it's just A-spec people hanging out and like talking about it, and that's been really nice. Yeah. Agreed. It's rough. If people say like you're too young to be aromantic or whatever, but I'm just like, if I had realized sooner that this is what I was going through and it wasn't, that it wasn't romantic attraction, probably would have saved myself a lot of heartache growing up, for sure. I have new messages. That's okay. I'll look at them later. Okay, what's the next question? Are there any features you need in video games in order for them to be accessible? This was Ant's question. I know they've already left. But in terms of accessibility for video games... Wow, that sound is horrible, the little rejection sound. Yeah, the Arrow Ace group is awesome. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing your comment now, Loop. It's pretty cool to like know people who are Ace and Arrow in real life. I'm the only Aloe Arrow person, the only just aromantic person, which is fine. I mean, I think it's Oh, I ran out of time. Oh, shit. Oh. Too slow.
Looks like that job was pretty tricky.
Don't say that.
Better luck next time.
Give me more time.
Please check the clock to see when you can do your next job.
it's actually funny about Webkinz. They give you an 8-hour break, which is cute. But yeah, the Ace Aerospace is awesome. We like our last meeting of last order. We watched the SpongeBob movie because SpongeBob is canonically Ace, which I thought was funny. And someone made like a presentation about the similarities between SpongeBob and like Light is it Light from Death Note being like Arrow Ace. It was funny. I need to get a tissue. I will be right back. One second. Yeah, college has so many things. I was like, introducing myself as aromantic to a bunch of people who get it is kind of the coolest thing. Okay, I think I finished all my daily tasks, so let's just go back to my little house. Okay, let's go to some of the MISC questions. Do you play Nintendo Switch? If so, favorite games? Yeah, Light. I haven't watched Death Note. I've watched like 4 anime. Is it animes? It's probably anime, plural. And it was all when I was in middle school, so I don't have very much anime knowledge. Let's harvest. Yeah, do you have a Nintendo Switch, and what are your favorite games? I don't have a Switch. This will show how old school I am. I have a Nintendo Wii, which also has spots for GameCube games. And we have a GameCube, but we obviously use the Wii because we don't want to plug both of them in. And my favorite Nintendo game in general is probably Mario Party 7. It's one of the Mario Party games, but it's the best one in my opinion. And I'll show my little... I always pick Boo. This is Loop made me this actually. I commissioned them for this little Boo. But I've played Boo since I was like as long as I can remember, and we've had that game since I was like a really little kid. Yeah, he sits on my shelf, keeping me company. And now my sister makes a joke. One of my sisters, she's always like, "The truth is, you were Boo all along, just a random genderless ghost." And I was like, "Yep, pretty much." So my choice of character kind of dictated my gender later in life, which I think is hilarious. Mario Party 7 is really fun. Mario Kart Double Dash is really fun. That's also for the GameCube. That game, I bought it on eBay, and there's like a 50% chance that the disc was going to be scratched, and it wasn't. Oh, and that was the best like hour of my life. Playing that game for the first time in forever. We've got about 15 minutes left, so let's see. Let's do some rapid fire questions. Do you like pizza? Best toppings? I do like pizza. Not to be a sinner to my best friend who is Italian, but my favorite type of pizza is Hawaiian pizza with pineapple on it. She thinks that that's a sin against God. I would trust that she knows better than I do in terms of Italian rules, but pineapple on pizza is still really good. There was one question about my skincare routine, because people say I have my skin always looks good in my like Instagram stories. This is the most cisgender thing about me, but my skincare consists of things my mom tells me to do. So I have like a Clinique generic like Clinique cleanser and toner. All I know about them is it's the green one and the pink one. And then I use just regular Cetaphil moisturizer on like my eyebrows and forehead because I'm a little crusty sometimes. Hey, back off, evil fairy. But yeah, that's the extent of my skincare routine. I don't know how my skin stays so nice considering I don't really take care of it. Uh-oh, frozen. Oh.
If you were smart, you'd trade your stars with me instead of Alyssa. I'll give you something better than those useless pixie pucks. What do you say?
Should I make a deal with the evil fairy? Her name's literally Nefaria. That's so funny. What's your offer, woman?
Tempting, yes? Believe me, my prizes are worth it.
I'm sorry. So instead of money, you're gonna give me a cookie? Yeah, okay. Bye.
You don't know a good deal when you see one.
You are a con man. Call yourself Jeff Bezos. You fool. Yeah, my skincare is very simple because I don't really care about it. But I'm very lucky to have good skin. Not that, your skin has a moral value, but, I luckily have smooth skin. Oh yeah, I didn't actually answer this question. Are there any features you need on video games in order to have them accessible to you? I don't need... I tend to have games be accessible for me automatically if there is an option for like enlarged subtitles or enlarged text. And another thing that I've really benefited from is on the PlayStation 4, which is another console that I have. The only other console that I have, you can increase the contrast, like do a high contrast mode. And that was honestly a lifesaver. Like I'm really into dark mode, where it's like a dark background with light text, and that's like the best way that I can see. Because my specific eye problem, it's lens subluxation, which basically means my lens, like if this is my pupil, the lens is like a little bit off, so I'm only seeing through a little bit of it. So any extra light kind of floods me a little too much. It makes it a little difficult to see. So yeah, high contrast and dark mode are the main things, and also enlarged text, especially on like games that have a lot of talking. Pineapple and pepperoni, that's an interesting combo. I have pineapple and Canadian bacon, or like ham, and also mushrooms. Like that's what my family's been getting for forever. Okay, next question. Do your disabilities shape the way you approach art and your work at all? I would say definitely yes. Being visually impaired artist is kind of an irony that, isn't lost on me. I have a lot of difficulties using like certain apps like Adobe, because all of their little icons and the stuff you have to use are very small, and it's just the icon. It doesn't have a description of what it actually does, which is a bit difficult for me. In terms of like what I usually use, which is Procreate, I did, before I got an iPad in like April of last year, which I used like I saved up my Etsy sales for like a long time to try to get an iPad for myself. But before that, I used my phone. I don't know if my phone is bigger now. Oh my God, my best friend just texted me. It said, "Pineapple, are you here, Tanya? How could you?" I don't regret it. That's so funny. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah. I need to zoom in really far. I was just going to show the size of my phone. I used my phone for drawing. I used my phone and my finger to draw before I got an iPad. That was some of the hardest months of my life, because it was so small and so difficult. But now that I've got like bigger surfaces, and I'm getting a little more familiar with Adobe, it's getting a little easier. But yeah. And also, of course, my disabilities shape my art in that they're a lot of the subject of my work. I think Webkinz is crashing. Oh, he can still eat. It's just not loading. Okay, we'll just see. She's texting me now. This is so funny. Love you, Tanya. This is this is the innate part of me that's Greek, wanting to battle the Italians. I think that's what's happening right now. Unlikely pairing. Okay, another question is, do you feel your disabilities distance you from the general trans community? I would definitely say yes. I mentioned it earlier, but like since growing up as disabled has like really changed my perception of what gender is and what gender socialization is. My like relationship to gender dysphoria and transitioning is very different from a lot of people. So I find that I don't relate to a lot of trans narratives. And I definitely don't look like a lot of trans people because I don't look like a lot of non-disabled people. But I did notice that, like, in terms of my disability and my physical appearance of, like, being visually disabled, it became a little bit less of a problem in terms of, like, people being rude to me when I started passing as a man. When I was pre-transition, like, people would never stop talking about what my body looked like and my weight related to my disability. But as soon as I, like, started being a man, people were like, whatever, this is just a skinny white guy, he's great. And didn't, think anything else of it. So I've definitely had some bizarre experiences that create the intersection between my disability and my transness that a lot of people don't go through. And as I also said earlier, like, the fact that I went to the hospital every 6 months when I was in high school, and that overlapped with me coming out as trans as well. Like, I posted on my story recently that picture of me 6 months after I had started transitioning, and then the day after I was in the hospital for like a week and a half because of my lung collapse. So yeah, it definitely affects things. Let's wake up. And this last... What was that? Oh my god, what a horrible noise that was. This is Punk. She's very cute. She has an angry cloud. Let's take you to bed, Mr. Penguin. Let's just bring you... I'll show you all my little music room, and then I can turn off Webkinz and we can just have a last few minutes. Another question is, has transphobia ever gotten in the way of your medical care? I've been very lucky to have that not been a problem. Because I've been diagnosed with my chronic illness for pretty much my entire life. Well, I would say my entire life. I mean, I have no memory since of before I was diagnosed because it happened when I was so young. And because my illness is so rare, and like I've had it my whole life, it's very, very difficult for doctors to kind of gaslight me into not getting the treatment that I deserve. Especially, I've been raised to be a very fierce advocate for myself. And even if I wasn't disabled, I think I would have been raised that way as well. So luckily, I've been able to, have the ability to stand up for myself and, not take no for an answer when a doctor doesn't want to check out something. So I've been very lucky in that regard to kind of avoid medical transphobia. And since I live in California too, there's been like options for preferred names on your hospital bracelet and stuff, and that's been nice. Like doctors, I haven't come across any doctors who like purposefully misgender me or anything like that. Let's answer one more question while I'm still on Webkinz, and then we can close off in a couple minutes. Another question is, do you identify as trans male or trans masc or both or neither? I'm kind of just aimlessly walking around. I identify as a trans man or a trans male. I do not identify as trans masculine. Like when I see TikTok or Instagram, that's like trans mascs, listen up. I'm like, I'm not really gonna listen because I don't use that label. And although this is personally, a lot of my labels are affected by my personal perception of them and by people's perception of them. So like that's also part of the reason I don't use the term bi for myself because there's a lot of stereotypes surrounding what a bi person should look like, which is cis, typically a cis woman who's attracted to women and like one man, which is the very opposite of my experience, for example. But trans masc, I tend to see the perception of them as like somehow between like non-binary and man, because although I identify as like genderqueer as well, I do still see myself as 100% a man. So I don't like see my gender as particularly masculine. I just kind of see myself as a dude. So since we're coming up on 2 hours, I'm going to go to my chatting screen with my cool transition. I got a Webkinz here. Okay. And we'll answer a couple more questions and then do I have very many left? I don't have very many left. Has college been overwhelming or intimidating at any point? I would say yes, but not for the reasons that are typical, like getting a lot of freedom and being able to like choose your classes and do your homework whenever you want to, because it's not like an 8 to 3 deal like it was in high school. Like that wasn't too much of an issue for me. Well, it was when I was originally in STEM, but I got out of there quick. So I'm good with that now. But probably the most overwhelming part about going to college for me was being disabled. I've also talked about that a lot on Instagram. But although I've been diagnosed as chronically ill my whole life, going to university and UCLA's campus being fairly, I would say, very physically inaccessible, there's like no way you can get from one part of the campus to the other without encountering some sort of staircase, and that is not avoidable by an elevator. Like encountering that for the first time and not feeling like I could be fully accommodated physically, that was really rough for me. I felt very isolated. I'm smiling as if I'm like, I felt very isolated. I like have a lot of memories of like looking up at the 10 flights of stairs I had to take to get back up to my dorm and just going like, this is the worst. Like I don't know if I'm going to be able to physically do it. And I would always have to push through because, you do have to get up to your dorm and there is no other choice. But being disabled and thinking you're the only one going through that when you're in high school because everyone around you is like, these stairs are fine, like it's a bit of a breather, but whatever. And, people I called friends kind of making fun of me for using the elevator. That was rough. But I found the Disabled Student Union in the summer after my freshman year, and that's luckily gotten rid of a lot of that isolation and being overwhelmed by being disabled in a college space. Yeah, it's there as the professor Garland Thompson talked about when we were doing protests surrounding hybrid access and accessibility. She was like, we want to make our college as good as possible, but like every college is like this, pretty much. Every college is inaccessible, whether it be to disabled people, to lower, people who are lower income, to, of course, to, people of color and Black people in particular. College is rough, academia is rough. If you do want to go to college, I would recommend doing as much research into accessibility as you can. Try to find if they have a disabled student union or a disability organization you can join, because that's really been kind of my saving grace in the past couple years. So I'm very, very lucky to have found those people. And let's end on a more fun note than that. Is there any fun ones on here? Favorite shop item to make, we'll say that. My favorite thing to make is pronoun buttons, I would say. Pronoun buttons and custom pride flag buttons. I absolutely love like seeing everybody's flags put together and like all this complex human that I don't even know, and knowing so intimately like all of the labels that they feel comfortable with, that is such an honor to me, and kind of always has been. I've been making those since March of 2018, so it's coming up on 4 years now of making those custom pride flags, and it's always just so lovely to witness my community in that way and see, you know, how diverse people truly are, and what they prefer, and what, you know, not assuming kind of is a person's name on their order, their dead, like their birth name or their preferred name. Who knows? Like it doesn't matter. Like they feel, you know, comfortable enough seeing themselves in my artwork, and that's always been an honor. So yes, it is very wholesome. It's nice. I feel good when people buy my custom flag stuff, because that's something I'm super passionate about. But yeah, I think we'll probably end it there. We're just over 2 hours. I wanted to thank you all for coming by. There's only 5 of you left, but that's okay with me. I appreciate, you know, sticking with me through the technical difficulties. There was one question that was, do I plan on streaming more? I have a goal on my Twitch that I made yesterday. If I get to 25 followers, I'll make a streaming schedule, probably not weekly, but maybe bi-weekly, once a month, something like that. And I might play more games on like my PS4 so that the streaming is less funky, and I can just have the streaming on my laptop and not have to worry about my CPU freaking out. And maybe I'll be able to play Minecraft if I can get it on a console. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate each of you and everyone who came before and has since left. You were all amazing. You made this a good experience for me. And, you know, maybe I'll do it in the future, even if it's just like chatting like this or me making orders or something like that. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. I was nervous. But I'm going to end the stream now. Thank you all so much. And I will see you on my Instagram, which will probably be soon. Bye, everyone.